In the winner's side, a top 8 for the Scarlet Classic number 7, we have got SeaBass and Steffen, two players that are very, very familiar with each other. And it's interesting to note that the Ganon player is the one leading our set history as of late.
Oh man, that's actually really interesting to think about. I can see why this matchup is scary for Steve, because at some point, no matter what, you are going to have to engage with Ganon. And also, Nair does a really good job of holding the space that you want to enter with Minecart. That's something that I think people don't talk about very often. Not only Nair, but forward air, right? And both those options can create very, very scary situations for you. Oh no, that's such a bad angle! Wow!
Goes for the down air as just... SeaBass has always been a people's champion, but it's really interesting to watch SeaBass and just his mastery of a matchup like this. And the fact that Ganon has so many good tools, lingering, meaty aerials, ability to edge guard, and ease of which destroying blocks, as well as SeaBass taking time to destroy minecart when they, not minecart, crafting table when they can.
Yes.
All of that is super important.
That was untechable!
No,
oh
it was untechable twice!
Oh my god!
Oh, no shortage of strength coming out from Ganon, and looks for the tech into the corner, but not giving it to him. And people have been pressuring Steffen for their resources, and these blocks are not lasting.
Oh yeah, this is looking scary. SeaBass applying so much pressure, doesn't find the take them both out.
Oh, but side B, like, just SeaBass getting a little bit too greedy with that drop zone back air, and the Dwarf is out here dark diving, not letting Steffen sit in shield. Just needs to clean out the stock. Great late air dodge from Steffen.
Yeah, very good stuff. A little scared. Oh wow, big route there. Quick 96. Steffen gonna have to make this stock and quick. Honestly, though, not too much pressure on the end of Steffen, right? Has Diamond, can come off that platform and find the Diamond again. SeaBass breaking crafting tables so that Steve isn't able to craft Diamond for free. Also using unit collision to push Steve away from the minecart, which is something I don't see people do nearly enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, just one hit with that high damage. And, very low on blocks till the very end of the flame choke. Not able to combo with this much rage.
It's got to be so scary for Steve players when someone just breaks your blocks and then stands there, right?
I mean, Gan is still standing. SeaBass able to recover. Got to watch out for that exactly.
Oh my god. Okay, great minecart there covering the full hop, yeah.
Yeah, attempting just to jump in there. Probably looking for an up air. Like, you landed down air, you want to get something started. But instant access to that reversal in minecart, with especially with the amount of resources that Steffen was able to accrue,
yes.
Having plenty of gold to make it immediately punishing. But it's just so scary with SeaBass creeping out to the door and waiting for you to mess up just once.
Just once, and I mean really milking all of these interactions. The only thing I feel like that's been missing in some of these spots is SeaBass hasn't been finding all the tech chases off of side Bs. He's been getting these great side Bs. I mean, very hard reads, but it seemed like a bit of a struggle for him to... Oh, what the SCI! Oh my god!
He's gaming, and he's up smashing all of these landings. Steve doesn't have the best aerial mobility, even best base stats at all. So all of this massive coverage, but another, as you're saying, another missed tech chase. That's data that you have to accrue as SeaBass now before things get out of hand too quickly. Oh yeah, the grab lockout's not going to let you re-grab like that, Steffen, and he's hard punished for it. Going for a neutral air, good way to fail the minecart.
Wow, doesn't even make contact with the block.
Just straight through it.
That was like one of those speedrunning glitches where you have to go past a barrier, so you have to move at a certain speed so that you never actually interact with the barrier. You're on one side on one frame and the other side on another.
This is Enderman playing SA2.
Yeah.
Oh, and not enough gold in order to power out the corner. That's a huge forward air. Covering, and I mean, both of these two are extremely slow, so Steffen can't reliably jump out of disadvantage and jump out of pressure that Ganon can supply. jump air dodge. Oh, just double jump away that time. Steffen able to, Steffen not getting a read on some of the disadvantage, the off-ledge tricks that SeaBass has been going for.
All right, yeah, these tech chase situations getting really difficult for SeaBass. Steffen kind of starting to get away with murder, getting hard called in some of these situations off map. That was such a good ladder. Great extension from SeaBass, or from Steffen. My apologies there.
Yeah, he used the phantom block out of the range in order to turn around and get a back air in as a finisher, but it was only stone, and though Diamond on deck now. This is comeback time if you're Steffen, but at 94, oh, SeaBass is going for it. No matter what, get that minecart from the corner. I mean, if you're trying to throw out some of these meaty hits, Steffen's going to armor right through him, but not that one. Good pressure from SeaBass, committing to the jump early in order to catch Steve and not the minecart.
Yeah, very good stuff. And also, it's important to note how he's putting himself above the minecart so that Steve doesn't just, you know, get that weird hit where you break the cart and he flies over you for free to center stage. And I feel like that can be really hard for a character like Ganon to deal with if Steve gets away with actually getting that, with you finding that hit on minecart, because you're so slow. You're not going to make it there in time to punish him for landing there or anything. He's just going to get a little bit of time to farm some resources for free or build whatever he might need to. So,
yeah,
great stuff.
I almost want to see Steffen, instead of trying to go high with some of these minecarts, go low with Eltyra, try and stay close to the ground, and take center stage by speed that way instead. It could be an important mix-up, as it really feels like SeaBass is catching a beat on some of these minecarts in that game too. Able to frame trap with the jab and call out the air dodge with the down tilt. It's starting out very similar either way, though the high recovery does, Steffen doesn't give it up. The percentages speak for themselves.
Yeah. It can be easy to look at matchups like this and almost laugh when Steve players are struggling with Ganon, but I mean, Steve's buttons simply aren't big enough to avoid making contact with Ganon frequently. So we see the nair, the up air, even jab posing like very present threats.
That was so good from SeaBass. Not only spot dodging the explosion, getting onto the platform into the runoff there in order to avoid the minecart. Like, that was such an amazing sequence from them in order just to find the one hit that matters, and any hit from Ganon matters once you pass that 104.
Oh, I thought he was going to do something tricky and use the TNT against him, but unfortunately gets caught by that up tilt TNT confirmed. So consistent.
Triggering the pressure plate with the combo tool. And speaking of combo tools, it's again able to get that phantom block into the back air. That anvil may have saved him, giving enough time for Ganon to drift and get to ledge. Plenty of iron, but no other resources.
SeaBass not able to find these anti-airs. Steffen kind of starting to run away with this lead. Now the down tilt's going to cause a really precarious scenario. Doesn't get to loop them, but does find the up smash on that roll-in. A bit of a predictable roll. I feel like it's very common in this game that people roll when they don't get too framed.
Yeah, looking, you're holding shield, maybe trying to tech immediately, but either way, SeaBass is... I mean, he's getting put into the lather, rinse, repeat, but no need to circle it through any longer. Just taking advantage of the slow Ganon, without a jump, a sitting duck, and minecart is on you in a flash.
Yeah, it's very good stuff. Steffen making a lot of important adjustments, and also really maxing out on their routes. Like, so many good ladders there. We saw two no-impact landing ladders. The one on the left side during the first stock, or I believe it was the second stock, really turned things around. Steffen was very behind, and it was looking to be a big point of mental damage if Steffen had lost that game. But pulling it together and kind of finds his way into this 2-1 lead.
Going for some of the simple stuff at the start here, finding a down throw into a nair back air. Oh, I like that from Steffen. Like, finding nair into up air instead and extend that into some of those no impact landing combos.
Yes. Ooh, almost finds the dark rise into the side B. Doesn't quite get it though. Oh yeah, that forward air gonna pose a huge problem. Just because it's such a nice angle to deal with minecart. Ganon's got great moves to work around that.
Yeah, the individual buttons can just make up for the more awkward parts of this matchup. Though once again, missing a tech chase, Steffen is just doing such a good job at mixing up tech rolls in and out, and never missing a tech on the side B.
That's gonna be big. A lot of charge on that up smash. It's just gonna be a lot of damage for now. But Steffen close to closing the stock out. 64 damage from SeaBass. Things looking really scary. Doesn't get the punish on that grab. That could have been huge. Steffen just kind of building a house real quick.
The house got destroyed by the literal terrorist that is Ganondorf.
Oh yeah, that forward air looking scary.
Just trying to poke their way through. Down tilt is doing just so good at breaking through some of those blocks, but as you're busy down tilting, the minecart comes through as a punish. And Steffen's got a huge amount of resources, though the crafting table is destroyed.
Oh, it doesn't get that no impact landing on the block, so it doesn't get to complete. The ladder is only going to have to settle for 56 damage, which honestly in this situation is a little scary. It was looking like Steffen was going to be able to pull that lead back into their side, but they're working a little bit harder for it now. If they can make this work,
Sees forward smash, so little end lag. It's such an easy button to whiff intentionally, but that grab you can't be whiffing. It takes forever to summon, and a huge punish from SeaBass in order to maintain their lead.
Oh, huge parry. Recognize Steffen isn't hitting those tags. It just settles for the F tilt. So much pressure.
But the diamonds are crafted. Enough gold to make any of these any iron block into a threat. Got 2 remaining, 2 charges, and 1 is spent.
There's the wrong way, and it works. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Why did he float like that?
I wish I could tell you.
That was like, I wonder if it was because he broke the block when he hit it.
Oh, maybe he has nothing to actually impact on, so it just boosted him away. I mean, that was
really intriguing. Yeah, see, it seems almost like SeaBass knew, too.
Yeah.
79. We talked about that interaction, and all of a sudden, the game's almost up.
Diamond tools. They are, like, you're crafting Arsene, you're crafting your victory. Way to save your jump and hold down! Oh, but you jumped into it. Just this counterplay that he was so successful at is so dangerous because you're riding that thin line. If Nair doesn't come out, if you don't jump high enough, there's so many ways for that to go wrong. While Steffen can cross stage without even a care, knowing that SeaBass has to be the one to stop him from doing so.
Yeah, absolutely. And picking different heights to do the minecart from ended up really, really working out from Steffen. A lot of important adjustments, but also I think something important to note is that he didn't over-adjust, which is very common versus a character like Ganon, who has that fear factor, right? Who can kind of shake you into thinking that nothing that you're doing is correct or nothing feels correct. Steffen was just kind of able to be like, okay, what I'm doing is fine. I'm just doing it a little too early, or I'm overcommitting in these spots. So let's just dial back a little bit.
Yeah,
and not dialing back too far, because I feel like when you dial back too far versus Ganon, it can be easy to stop applying pressure to him, and then they start getting away with running things and playing their own game. And you can never let a character who does that much damage get away with playing their own game.
Absolutely, as with that heavy X factor that exists in so many big characters in this game, letting them run their train is never where you want to be. But we'll get to see if SeaBass has enough left in the tank after what felt like some very long games, despite how explosive they were. He'll have a lot left to think about in that loser set, as he has plenty of bracket left to compete in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be good.
Going to be a solid one.